What up? What's going on, world? $250. $250. That's all you need to start investing. And I'm going to do another video because I think we can start off with less than 250. But in this video, we're going to start about how you can invest with $250, even if you don't know anything about the market, even if you don't know anything about Wall Street, crypto. I'm not going to talk about Forex. I can't do Forex. Like, if I was more into it, I'd talk about Forex. But right now I'm going to talk about, in addition to the stock market, stock options, and investing in like ETFs and things like that, I want to talk about how you can start investing just with as little as $250. And a matter of fact, across my mind just crossed, I'm going to do another video. I'm going to also talk about how you can do it with $125. But in this video, we're going to talk about how you can start investing with $250, even if you don't know anything about the market. And I'm not going to make it too long. I'm just going to get into some nuts and bolts and some key topics, right? So you got $250. My first thing that I would do, and this is not financial advice, I'm not your fiduciary, nothing like that, no financial advisor, your accountant, nothing like that, your trustee. But $250 off rip, and y'all probably heard me talk about this, I will definitely open up an Acorn account. An Acorn account, because what Acorn account does, you get the opportunity to either do $5 a week, $10 a week, $10 a month, whichever way you want to do it like that. If you do $30 a month, if you do $30 a month compound interest, after 10 to 30 years, you're going to see a significant change. I'm also going to do some math on that one on another video. But you will see some very good returns on your money if you're doing it that way. But like I said, Acorn. So I go ahead and open up an Acorn account. If I don't have that much money, I probably would just start off with $5 a week. $5 a week, deposit it into the Acorn account, in addition to turning on the roundup. So what roundup is, if I go to a store and I purchase something for $4.75, it will round up the quarter to the $5, and that 25 cents will get put into the Acorn account, and the Acorn account will invest it for you. Now, what Acorn do, they do short-term, mid-term, long-term. So you can be moderate, aggressive, or I forgot the other one. I think I do moderate with sometimes, and sometimes I would even switch it to aggressive. It depends on how I'm feeling. But what you do that, and automatically Acorn does the investing for you. So they invest in ETFs, mutual funds, strong ETFs, international stocks, a variety of things. I'm not going to go too deep into what Acorn does because it's a lot of different things that they do. But it works out. And you won't be having to be the one say, okay, I want to buy this stock, this thing, whatever. You just tell them, hey, you want to be either moderate or aggressive, and they go ahead and take care of it. That's the Acorn app. I would either put $5 a week or $10 a week, and also I would turn on the roundup. So every time I go shopping, it will round up the spare change, and it will go to my Acorn account. So that's the first one. So if you're starting off with $250, and we say we're doing what, $10 a week or $5 a week, let's say $5 a week. So that's $20 for a month. So now we down to $230, right? The next $230, I will probably put $30 into a Robin account, money marketing account, Robinhood, right? So I put $30 into the Robinhood account, and with me putting $30 in the Robinhood account, they're going to also give me about $5 to $25 worth of stocks. Whichever it is, it could be $5 worth of stocks, $10 worth of stocks, 25, whatever it is, it's more than $5 worth of stocks. So now you have the $30 of your own brokerage amount, and then you have the $5 in whichever stocks. Now after that, not financial advice again, but I would invest in some ETF, preferably either the S&PY, the SPY 500 tracks the top 500 businesses, assets, whatever that's on Wall Street, and invest in those top 500 accounts. And the SPY, most of the time, they said return about 3.5 to up to 5%. For me, honestly, and I'm not financial advice, nothing like that, but what I've seen the SPY actually on my account, I think the SPY returning, I think, up to about 8 to 10%. And I'm telling you, I'm buying fractional shares, all right? Fractional shares. So that's going to be step 3. Other than step 2, you put in, okay, step 1, Acorn account. Step 2, Robinhood account, $30. And what you're going to do with the $30, you're going to buy fractional shares, preferably fractional shares of ETFs or mutual funds. Preferably, I like to do SPY, QQQ, or VTI. Now, if you don't want to do the ETF, and I I say strongly, just put at least $10 in some ETF. $10, $15, whatever in the ETF. And then after that, you go ahead and you purchase fractional shares. Fractional shares, because you don't have a lot of money. We start off with 250. We put 20 in the Acorn. Now we got 30 in the Robinhood. So we're going to do fractional shares, small amount of shares. And you can do that within the Robinhood platform. So you can do fractional shares of companies you like. Maybe right now you're watching this on an iPhone. Maybe you're watching on a Google Galaxy or something like that. What you go ahead and you buy Apple stocks. Maybe your company is AT&T, Verizon, your phone service. You go ahead and buy partial shares of Verizon, Apple, AT&T. Tesla is a good stock to buy fractional shares. Tesla, Microsoft, Nvidia. I have a few others. Tesla, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, stuff that you're invested in already, things that you already purchased. If you got a Verizon phone plan, if you got AT&T phone plan, if you have an Apple phone, an Apple Watch, if you're using gas, go ahead and get fractional shares of Chevron or Exxon. I prefer Exxon. I got fractional shares of Exxon. Exxon does dividends. So purchase stocks that you know are also going to pay out dividends. I'm going to get into that into another video. I'm not saying I'm just getting started. I'm a beginner to slightly intermediate, but it's working out for me. And I'm understanding money more. I'm understanding managing money more. I'm understanding risk. I'm understanding assets, protection, all of that stuff. So I want to come on here and voice my opinion, maybe give you some gems, a little nuggets, some nuts and bolts that you can apply to your life. So we did the Acorn, we did the Robinhood, fractional shares on Robinhood, we do the ETFs, right? We do the ETFs, we do the mutual funds. And after that now, so you got your money market account, you got your Acorn, to me is like your high yield savings account. Preferably, you can even do some other ones out there. If you want to even open up another high yield savings account, you can go ahead and do that. So fourth one, because I said what? Acorn, then you're going to put Robinhood, you're going to do fractional shares of Robinhood, then you're going to do the ETFs from Robinhood. Now, after that, you want to find a crowdfunding type of platform resource that's involved in REITs. R-E-I, let me get it right. Hold on, my bad. REITs, REITs, right? Real estate investment trust stocks, I think. real estate investment trust stocks, I believe, REITs, right? So get involved with these platforms, these REITs platforms, and I forgot the one I'm gonna use. Once I get all into it in the platform, I'm gonna also talk about the platform. I'll probably even put my affiliate link where we both get a piece of it. Probably either get $5 towards an account. But you want to go to some crowdfunding REITs type platform, and the name right now is not going off the top of my head, but some crowdfunding ones is oh geez. I'm gonna have to do another video on these, right? But you're gonna Google it, right? Google high performing REITs or Google high platform REITs accounts, right? You're gonna start off. Some of them is the minimum. I saw some that was $10. I think the one that I did was $10, but I can't remember the name. But there's other few out there. So remember now, $10 to open up this REITs, and you probably want to put $10, $15, $20 each month into it. So we was at on that 200. I say let's get $50 out of that 250. Out of that 200. Let's take out $50 out of that, and we're going to put it into some REITs, real estate investment trust, and we're going to have them grow. Some of these REITs pay out monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, and annually. You have to do your due diligence, do your research. Some invest in short-term rentals, some invest in long-term rentals, some invest in retail spots, just a wide variety. So you get involved with these REITs, you plug in your money, and they pay you out. Another thing, though, is getting started with less than $250. So now we down to $150. $150, either you're going to go to your Webull. You can either open up hold on. Before I get to that, we're going to open up an account now. We're going to get into some crypto. So we're going to either open up a Coinbase account, a Kraken, a KuCoin, my preferably favorite, crypto.com. So either crypto.com or Coinbase, preferably. And you're going to open these accounts. And now I say where we was at. Was at 200. Boom, we put $50 in REITs. So now we got $1.50. We're gonna take $25 now. Out of that $25, we're gonna put it in some crypto. So you can even purchase your crypto through Cash App. Even you could even do it in Robinhood, but I prefer like crypto platforms. So Coinbase, KuCoin, of course, crypto.com. You go there, you open an account, and if you want to use my link's going to be in the description. Use my link for crypto.com and Coinbase. I think they also Coinbase give you $10, and I think crypto.com give you $25. So we each will receive either $10 or $25 once you sign up. You put your $25 in your account. You go ahead and you buy some cryptos. Buy $5 of some Bitcoin, $5 some Ethereum, $5 of some Solana, something like that, and just watch it, right? Study the game, study the white papers and all that stuff, get more involved in crypto. So now we down to $125. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling y'all to do this. Actually, I'm kind of skeptical because I don't want nobody saying, oh, I go ahead and I tried what you said with the $125 and it didn't work out, right? Oh, I got some more gems and some notes I gotta drop on you. I've been doing some stuff, man. I've been doing some missions, some journey, some learning, some failure, some journey, some learning, some fails again, and it's coming together. It's starting to come together. So I want to come on here and I want to jab. So now I'm at $125 now, right? So it's gonna be you can either go back to Robinhood, you can either do a Webull, Fidelity. We're gonna open up a stock options trading account. If you already have a Robinhood, you don't even have to open an account. You just want to say, hey, I want to try to trade a stock options, and you let them know, and they gonna go through the details and what you gotta learn and what you gotta agree on and sign off or whatever like that, right? But I'm also gonna do some videos on that. But it's videos out there on beginning option trading. $125, right? But your main thing that you gotta think about, and we're gonna trade the SPY because I'm more familiar with the SPY. I like trading SPY, SoFi, Tesla, Amazon sometimes, and Nvidia. But SoFi, SPY, and Tesla are my favorite to trade. It's some other, but we're gonna do option trade now. Option trading is you buying contracts, certain amount of contracts for a certain amount. It has a strike date, so it expires a certain time of date. You expecting the price either to go up or down by that time of date, and that's the option that you're purchasing, and you're willing to sell the option, either a put option or a call option when it reaches to your strike zone or closer to your strike zone, or if it gained profit. So let's go example, $125. My risk now, I do not want to lose more than $10 out of that $100. Matter of fact, let's rewind that. Because we're gonna start off small. We're gonna start off basic. So you do not want to risk. I do not want to risk. I do not want to lose $5. I'm gonna do option trading each day: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But my strike dates is gonna be 2 to 3 weeks out after that date, right? So I'm not doing it daily. So $125. I'm not going to lose more than $5. Once I'm gonna set my stop loss. Once I go under the $5, the stop loss, I'm done with, right? I'm sitting it down, it's off, I'm gonna trade the next day, right? So let's go with the SPY now. SPY was doing real good. Say it was at 690. I'm gonna buy a call option saying that's gonna go to 695, right? Place that stock option. I'm gonna do $125 for this 100 contracts. So maybe the contract is $1.25 each contract. I'm gonna do 100. You don't even have to do 125. Maybe you could just want to do 100. All right, so let's go. I'm gonna do $100. So I'm gonna buy a contract. The contract will say it's $1, but you're buying 100 contracts, so it end up coming to $100. I'm not going to lose. I do not want to lose 5% of that. So once it go to 95, if it's going to 95, 94, I'm gonna cash out, right? I'm gonna cancel my stop limit. My stop limit gonna kick it out. So that's my risk management. I'm not gonna lose $5. But if I see that I'm gaining $10, so say if I trade an option now, and the options, okay, I purchased it at $690, now it's up at $692, and my call option now, it went from $100 to $115. I'm going to set my stop loss because I do not want it to go under $112. So if we go under $112, I'm going to sell that stock option And I'm going to set my stop loss at $112 because I don't want it to go under 112 because I just made 12%. Now, if it goes up more, I'm just going to keep resetting. So if it goes to 125, I'm going to reset my stop loss. I'm going to set my stop loss at 123. So if it keeps going higher, then I'm going to reset my stop loss. But if it goes below the 123, it's going to kick me out and I'll gain $23, right? Hope this makes some sense. I'm going to get into some more details about this. Trading stock options. But make sure, I'm telling y'all, please learn from my mistakes. Make sure you put your stop loss on these, all right? I'm going to get in some more videos of how you can grow that how you can grow $250 and how you're going to invest $250 even if you don't know anything about the market, even if you don't know anything about Wall Street, stock options, crypto, and all that. This is a good way to start for beginners. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, leave it in the comment below and let me know what you think. Let me know how are you investing your $250. We're trying to get to that $1,000 so we can have that $1,000 emergency fund saved up, because they said 65% of Americans do not have $1,000 saved up for emergency fund. So I hope you got some value out of this. Hope you got some gems. Leave me a comment, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Let me know what you think. Was this valuable enough? Did you get some gems, some jewels out of this? And let me know. All right, once again, it's AD. Hope you got some value. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll talk to you next time. All right, investment doesn't have to be art. Take off slowly. Oh, all right, so investment doesn't have to be art. Just do it little by little, and we'll talk some more. All right, talk to you later. Peace.